Hello students, let us continue the third session of the prose piece which we had started some days ago. The name of the prose piece is My Thai Cat, which is written by Prathoomratha Zeng. My name is Abdul Bashir and I am working as assistant professor. Let us continue the prose piece My Thai Cat, written by Prathoomratha Zeng. Before going or before continuing the prose, let us recapitulate in brief what we had seen in the last two sessions. We had seen that there was a cat called Sea Sword, which is gifted by the father of our narrator, I know. And there happened an incident in the village where there was no rain for last 3 months in the rainy season of 1925 in Thailand. In that village, they had a ritual of Nang Mao where they used to select a cat and perform a ritual of Nang Mao, and it was believed that if they perform that Nang Mao ritual, then they will get the rain. As the belief, they decided to perform that ritual and they selected Sea Sword, the cat of I know, which was the heart, which was what we call the dearest to our narrator. But narrator opposed to give his cat. But anyhow, his father convinced him to give the cat for the ritual. Finally, he gave that cat to the ritual, and that ritual started. There was heavy drum beating in the ritual. A lot of sound was there, and crackers were burnt. After listening to all, that cat was disturbed and it was trying to escape. Meanwhile, they were also putting perfumes on that cat, pouring perfumes on that cat. That cat could not bear that. Anyhow, that was continue. Music was there, celebration was there. And then that cat was brought and kept in front of the temple. And that ritual was performed. Let us continue what happened. That ritual was performed. Aino was waiting for an opportunity to save his sea sword from the cage. That narrator was grieving a lot to save that cat, to save his sweetheart, we can call, his dearest pet. He was waiting for an opportunity, and he find out an opportunity when he saw that last person entering the temple. Then he find out that opportunity, and he took that cat from the cage and escaped from that place and reached home. Already that ritual was performed, and there was no use of that cat, and people never bother that that boy had taken that cat. And the people of that village, they completed the whole ritual, whole puja, and on the other side, Seasword calmed down at 9 night, and she got a sound sleep. That Seasword slept under the bed of the narrator, our narrator. That cat had suffered a lot whole day in that ritual, and when it came house, that cat, when she finds the a peaceful atmosphere, that cat slept quietly under the cot of our narrator. I know. And parents also return home at night. And all the villagers also went to their home at 11 p.m. But at that time there was no rain when they reached their homes. And narrator at midnight, means at 3 a.m. in the morning, he heard the sound of thunder in the mountain. He was awoken when someone entered his home, and when he was awakened, he heard the sound of thunder in the mountain, and few minutes later it started raining in the whole town. ಅವರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ನಂಬಿಕೆ ಇತ್ತು, ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಈ ಪೂಜೆ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಈ ಮಾವು ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥ ರಿಚುವಲನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಏನು ಒಂದು ಮಳೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ನಂಬಿಕೆ ಇತ್ತು. ಆ ನಂಬಿಕೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಏನಾದಂಗೆ ಹಾಗಾಯಿತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನಿಜ ಆದ ಹಾಗಾಯಿತು. ಯಾಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ರಾತ್ರಿ 3 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ಮಳೆ ಬರೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಆಯಿತು. ಇಟ್ ಮೇ ಬಿ ಎ ಕೋಇನ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ where that ritual was performed, and at the same night that rain came instantly. And everyone in the village got up, and they become very happy to see the rain, and that rained heavily for 3 days. People become very happy. People become very happy, especially on the cat. Seasword. But Seasword, being animal, she never knows what has happened. She slept all the 3 days quietly. She ignored all the things, all the incidents, what is happening there at those 3 days. People are very happy. People are enjoying. All the farmers' families visited to see her, and they patted the cat. They rubbing their hand on that cat. They are showing a lot of love and affection towards the cat. And they also brought, means the whole villagers brought some dry fish and meat to her, which was her favorite food. The sea sword enjoyed the food, and the work of that sea sword was always eating and sleeping. That's all. It slept all the 3 days. And people began to say that sea sword saved the crops. Sea sword saved the crops. Thereafter, this sea sword became the heroine of the village. And this is the end of our short story, My Thai Cat, in which we saw that how a ritual was performed to pray to bring rain, pray for rain. As a coincidence, I don't believe that because of that ritual itself, it has came. It has become a coincidence, maybe, I don't know. Or sometimes there might be a power of that ritual also. How some rituals give fruit to the people. In this case also, this ritual bear the fruit. People got rain. People who were struggling a lot to save their crops, and they got the rain from that after performing that ritual. This is what we have learned in this short story, that how a cat has been, we can see the two different aspects in this story. One is that how people are struggling to save their crop by performing a ritual called Nang Mao. On the other side, how our narrator is struggling to save his cat. On both the sides, we can see the emotions. Emotion towards cat and emotion towards the crop are to lead their life happily further. On these two aspects we see in this discussed in this short story are highlighted. Our Prathoomratha Zeng has highlighted the in this story. When we see the hero of this story, I want to tell that, in my opinion, the narrator seems to be the hero. He struggled a lot to save that cat. he had in his mind, he thought that if that cat was given for a ritual, that cat, they will kill the cat. Once he had seen in a ritual that they took some hens and they cut it down in the ritual, and he thought that definitely they will take my cat also and they will kill my cat in the ritual. That's why he was not allowing his cat to take for the ritual. As I said you, we can see the emotions of how this narrator, how our narrator struggled a lot to save the cat. But anyhow, our story, this story has a happy ending, that rain poured for 3 days continuously after that ritual. Villagers become very happy to see that rain for 3 days. Finally, after that, if you want to study further about this chapter, in my opinion, read the prose, read the whole prose of your own. Just take these videos as your reference. Any video in this regard, any video, take those videos as just for reference and read the text by your own. Listen to the teachers and follow these reference which is given here for further studies. By telling this, I finish this short story. Thank you for patient listening. Thank you all.